Rank 5 6-star materials are coming to the game. Tier 6 class catalyst fragments are coming to the game, to be more precise. Hello everybody, welcome to a video that is recorded on a Friday, posted on a Sunday. Why? Because I'm not going to burn out in and also I'm not going to shove what is going to be, I think on Friday I'll probably post about, I've posted about 4 videos. I'm not going to post a 5th video because it's just like, why? I'm not going to shove that down everyone's faces, but I decided to kind of create this a little bit of a longer narrative type video, looking to some stuff when it comes to tier 6 class catalyst fragments. What's this all about, Rich? Well, funny enough, I did a video about the new kind of like release notes. The new release notes included stuff which is right here on the topic of Act 8.1, which is this, which says, in the wake of blah 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 blah, search of answers, Karina blah 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 blah, Karina will need to read out Saboteur among her ranks, blah 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 blah, into Act 8.1, casting shadows. Why is it so important? Because this is the CCP notes that we get from Kabam as to like what's going on. It did not say about tier 6 class catalyst fragments at all. So it kind of like makes, I don't know if it makes us look like a bunch of idiots, but yeah, basically there's extra info which Kabam saved for the website. So I thought, oh right, okay, fine, whatever. Which is this. I actually got reminded by like a player said something to me and said, oh, in case you miss it. And it's like, well, funny enough, I did miss it because Kabam didn't put it in the release notes. So what's the point of being in the getting this info? So any case, what's so significant? Well, there was an extra sentence. What was so significant about that extra sentence? Well, it confirmed by fully exploring Act 8.1 Chapter 1, you can claim 14,500 Tier 6 class catalyst fragments of your choice. That's incredibly, I don't know what's the word. It's not persistent. It's incredibly important because it sets a new prestige. It sets a new chase reward. It creates a new thing for the game, basically, for a lot of players. So a lot of people will be going out their way or interested in tier 6 class catalysts, and in particular, depending if you've got a high prestige based champion, it will be for that. It's good and bad when it comes to situations like this, because then you get a little bit worried as to what the future is and how it kind of lies with it. It could mean that Cyber Weekend, and that's going to be the biggest kind of thing. Once Act 8.1 is done, what Cyber Weekend is going to look like. And I think that's when you're going to start seeing, number 1, more tier 6 basic catalysts fully formed for players to grab. 2, more tier 6 alpha catalyst players can grab. And the third thing being a small, and as I like to use this word, snifter. What is a snifter? It's a small increment of something. It's a British thing. In any case, a small amount of tier 6 class catalyst fragment. I'm actually saying that. No, I'm gonna go with, they're gonna go with a fragment crystal. They're not gonna go with anything that's gonna be defiant in one particular area. It's gonna be a crystal with a certain percentage. But I hope I'm wrong, especially because if they're going to give out with Act 8.1 a selector for your trouble. Also, do bear in mind later on today there's a podcast where I say I don't think we're going to see tier 6 class catalysts in any kind of way, shape or form. And hey, that's wrong. Or I said it probably wouldn't be in the caliber crystal, although I thought by the end of Act 8 we'd see them. Odd, but then that's how I guess Kabam want to do that. It's going to put little increments out and then see where we get to by the end of the year. The only problem with this is it means that the spend on that particular high caliber crystal, or that similar caliber crystal, it's probably going to be like more of an interest for players to go out and grab. So yeah, I feel like a bit of a fool then for pre-recording that podcast and realizing that if I knew, if I had in the CCP notes, oh, by the way, it's gonna see it because that last sentence there's missing some bits from that last sentence. Then obviously I would have said something differently. But yeah, I didn't think Kabam would do it this soon, especially with rank 4s only being a thing at the end of last year. But I suppose they've got to really make, and especially from a non-spending standpoint, a lot of free-to-play players in the last month have just become Paragon for the very first time. But look, I guess you need people to whale out on something and get those spending dollars in, and I guess that's what Kabam are doing. They're putting some key champions out, they're putting some new chase rewards out for players to go and seek, and as well whaling it up. You know, it's how it's been every single year with the Marvel Contest Champions of Kabam. So why would I think otherwise? So that's a shame on me. Fool me. You have fooled me. But I should have known better. Whatever. Anyway, some further points is tier 6 class catalysts aren't something completely ridiculous that we haven't heard about before. We knew about this a long time ago. There's still some things when it comes to the level 6 potions I think we need to see. I think we're only up to level 5 to possibly... Have we seen level 6 ones? God, I can't remember if we've seen level 6. I'm just checking in game just to kind of like double check. But I think the most we've seen is level 6. Have we seen more than level 6? Yeah, level 6 health potions. I want to say we haven't seen level 6 health potions yet. There's still something to come. I think only recently we saw level 5 and possibly level 6. As I said, I could be wrong on that particular front right there. But yeah, like it's been around for a long time. I can't remember how old this particular image was. I have to now check on this image of like how long it is, because it has been like re-uploaded several times. 3 years, jeez! Like look at it. It's 3 years old. It's 3 years old since we saw this for the very first time. So Kabam obviously had some kind of like way that they were going to do this, and like, obviously 6 stars have this idea of okay, they'll definitely go from rank 1 to rank 5. We kind of knew that, but they obviously Kabam had an idea of how it was going to look 3 years ago. But yeah, that's the breaks. That is the situation with that. I'm definitely excited for the future of these particular rank items, and good in any case. What you can do is start choosing. I am surprised in a good kind of a way that Kabam are giving out a selector for the reward. That's good, because a lot of the time when it comes to this stuff, it's unsure whether or not Kabam would kind of go down a route of going, okay, well, we'll give you a crystal for it. And just having a quick look back on Act 7, because that's also another interesting thing, is how things compare off from a act by act situation. So this is a really good point to investigate right now, is that if you go back to Act 7.1, this is incredibly relevant to what we're trying to build out this little segment here on. If you go back there, the completion side of things of Act 7.1 gave 25% of a tier 5 class catalyst fragment crystal. Now that is 11,250 catalyst fragments. Now in comparison of that 14,500, I'm just trying to think, what is that? 25. So that's 20. No, actually, it's 11,250. Again, this may be difficult because if it's going to be for 14,000, if we're going to get 14,000 from it, though, that does create a small issue in the volume of that, or what it is, versus what the actual... was it like 50? Is it 50 something thousand with that? Would they do a comparable thing as well? Let's bring up the game a second. 57,000. So would it be 57,000 fragments to form a tier 6 class catalyst? So to be honest, it could actually be worse than you might think. But here's my hope that Kabam actually put some other opportunities for a selector and a just kind of like generic crystal, the same way that they did the same with Chapter 1 of Act 7.1, basically. What they did with Act 7.1, when you complete it, you get a little tier 6 class catalyst fragment crystal, and then when you 100%, you get another tier 6 class catalyst fragment crystal, and also a selector. If it is just like the one, it kind of feel like kind of crap, because then you'd be like, right, well, this is going to take a lot longer because you got 57,000 fragments to form from it. So yeah, just need to really find out what Kabam are doing with that, the future of that particular one, and how the rewards look. That's going to be the key thing. So we don't have any information as it stands on the rewards, especially on the not Discord, on the forums at the moment. So that's something. So yeah, like I think we're just waiting for details. As soon as there's details about like what the rewards are for Act 8.1, I'll be going in to like take a look. But until then, it's just a case of like it's a waiting game on that particular subject. I'm gonna end the video now because I think I've covered all I want to cover with this, and it is definitely, it's interesting to see where the future of the game mode is going. But at the same time, we've got to be a little bit realistic on the extent of rewards you're getting back from it, because 14,200, which is still very good, it just will be a case of like, okay, well, where's the next lot coming in as this is a new chase reward? How will this kind of factor into Cyber Weekend? And as well, how will it be towards that similar caliber crystal, which is pitched to replace the Great Gifting Crystal, come the holiday event here in December? So we'll have to see how that kind of goes. And also, how will the rewards change? Because this is a final thing that I want to kind of give that thought and kind of end on, is how will that dynamic change with Eternity of Pain, and as well the future of Eternity of Pain? Because once Eternity of Pain has ended this cycle, like how will this factor on to future Eternity of Pains? If this is something that runs for the entirety of the year, then these rewards they quickly become out of meta compared with the tier 6 class catalyst fragments that you'll need in the future to get rank 5s. And will that kind of issue in a new kind of like grind for a new progression title? God only knows. And also like metas for stuff when it comes to the Glory Store, because then you got to change lots of stuff. You got to change Alliance Wars rewards, you got to change Alliance Quest rewards. It opens up a massive dynamic of reward meta changes because you add in this new kind of like chase reward. But we'll see what happens in the future. That's been a video. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. Check out some other content. Keep up to date with everything that I've been posting, which should be on screen right now, as well as other stuff. And I'll see you in the next video, whenever that'll be. Cheers, everybody. Bye-bye.